Evening, parents. My name is Kate Ventimiglia, and I am welcoming you to our virtual curriculum night. I am your child's kindergarten teacher, and I would like to welcome all of you to our year together. Tonight, I'm going to be going over some important information about how our classroom runs and what to expect this year as your child ventures through kindergarten. I have a PowerPoint that I am going to be sharing with you. Feel free to take screenshots or pause the video on any information that is important for you. Let's go ahead and get started. So we are now part of the Stadium Drive family together, and I am so excited to begin this adventure together this year. Our classroom is room 110. That will be something important to remember throughout the year. I'd like to start the evening by telling you a little bit more about myself. I grew up just north of here in Oxford, Michigan. My parents still live there. When I graduated high school, I went off to Michigan State University. I graduated with a degree in child development, and I also received my master's degree from MSU as well. So go green. I moved to Lake Orion with my husband shortly after we got married about 12 years ago. And we have two children that also attend Stadium Drive Elementary. My daughter, Grace, is 10 and she's in 5th grade. And my son, Sammy, who is 7 and he is in 2nd grade. This is my 15th year in the classroom. I taught for 12 years in Waterford in a 1st and 2nd grade classroom. I took a few years off when my children were young to stay home and take care of them. And now I'm back to work. And I am so fortunate to be part of the same learning community that my children are a part of as well. My teaching philosophy is simple. It's all about building relationships and building community in the classroom. You will hear me often call our classroom a classroom family because these students are very important to me, and I'm excited to build a very strong bond together this year. It is very important to me to create a safe and positive learning environment for your child, and I believe in focusing on the positive. Always putting attention on the positive and reinforcing positive behavior over negative behavior. Here are a few routines and rituals that will take place in our classroom this year. I went through an extensive training at my former elementary school about the 7 habits of happy kids. It's based off of Stephen Covey's work, 7 Habits of Effective People. So we will be learning these 7 habits and practicing them throughout the year. You may hear your child come home and talk about putting first things first or beginning with the end in mind. We'll be learning and reading about all of these 7 habits together this year. We start each morning with a morning meeting where we get to know each other. We sing some of our daily songs together and begin with the end in mind by finding out what we have planned for our learning day. When problems arise, the children will be learning how to use an I message to communicate their feelings and solve problems with one another. You may also see a think sheet come home, and I have one here on this slide. A think sheet is a reflective form that I use when a child makes a poor decision. If they needed some redirecting and practicing of positive behavior, you may see one of these sheets come home to tell you about a situation that happened in class and how it was handled. In our class, we will also be practicing mindfulness and spend some time on social emotional learning. We also have what is known as a safe place in our classroom, a small chair with some fidget toys to allow your child to take a break when they feel like they need time to just kind of regroup. Throughout the year, I will be using the Seesaw Family app as a tool to communicate. That is my go-to for communication. I don't get an opportunity to check it very often throughout the day, but I do check it before school and after school, and I will be sending home all classroom information using the app. Now that your child has their school device, you can also download the class app and connect using the QR code that was sent home. Your child may be using Seesaw on their school device if it becomes a remote learning situation. Here's a glance at our daily schedule. We have a very busy day in kindergarten. Our daily schedule is infused with literacy activities, both reading, writing, and phonics, math activities, science, and also play. Reading and Writing Workshop is the tool that our district uses to teach readers and writers how to become a reader and how to become a writer. This workshop time takes place daily, and it's about 45 to 55 minutes. It begins with whole group instruction, then some independent practice, some partner work. I also pull some small strategy groups during this time, and then we always end each lesson with a share time when we come back together to talk about the learning that took place. In phonics, we will be learning about the connection between letter sounds and word sounds and how that connects to our reading and writing. We have 5 units in phonics, and I have them listed here. And phonics is really the foundation to reading and writing. It helps us to become more accurate, fluent readers and helps us with our spelling. The 3rd grade reading law is something that is important for all grade levels. It is a state mandate that requires that children are on grade level for reading by the time they get to 3rd grade. You may notice throughout the year that your child receives a reading plan. That's just extra targeted instruction that your child may be receiving if they need it. There will always be communication if your child is on a reading plan, and they would be receiving extra support from our reading interventionist. In math, we will have 2 parts of our math time, once in the morning during our morning meeting and once in the afternoon for a targeted lesson. During our math sessions, we will have daily practice. We'll practice math routines, really developing a strong number sense and understanding of numbers this year. And we will begin addition and subtraction as well. You may hear your child talk about their math journal and notebook as well as a way to jot down their thinking. Science is broken up into 3 units in kindergarten. Our warm-up cool down, which is about energy and weather, barriers up, which is force and motion, and living it up, which is our earth and environment. Our social studies skills are infused throughout our purposeful playtime, and students will be learning about these skills during morning meeting as well. You keep hearing me say purposeful play because in kindergarten, we believe that play is where our best work happens. I have many different opportunities for play throughout the day. We have our early bird play in the morning. We have gross motor play at lunch and afternoon recess. And we also have 25 minutes of purposeful play or free choice play in the classroom where I will be instructing students on how to play and ways to solve problems during play. In Lake Orion, we use standard-based grading in elementary. So that's a 4-3-2-1 system. 4 meaning they met the end of the year expectation. 3 means they're consistently showing progress. 2 meaning they have some inconsistencies in their progress. And a 1 meaning there's an area of concern. You will see this grading system used on your child's report cards that are sent home in January and at the end of the school year. Mid-year, we're looking for mainly 2s and 3s on the report card, working toward those 3s and 4s by the end of the school year. Tardiness and sickness. If there's ever a change in dismissal or your child will be tardy to school, please contact the office directly. As I mentioned before, I don't always get an opportunity to check my email or Seesaw throughout the day. So if there's any important changes, those need to be sent to the office. And if your child is sick or not feeling well, please keep them home and give them the rest that they need. Some final nuts and bolts about our classroom. As I mentioned before, all dismissal changes should go directly to the office. Remember that we are a nut-aware school, meaning that we cannot have snacks or lunches with any nuts in them. Remember, every day your child should be bringing to school their yellow daily folder, and every day I'll be sending it home. Sometimes it will have items in it from our day, and sometimes it may be empty, but we want to get in the habit of bringing this to school and bringing it home every day. In October, we're going to begin our Leader of the Week, which is a star student that we do in our classroom. And you'll be finding more information about that. But each child will be given the opportunity to be our Leader of the Week. I encourage all of you to join the Stadium Drive PTO Facebook page. That's where you'll find all the happenings about this school. So connect there if you're on Facebook. We will be having classroom celebrations and parties, but unfortunately at this time, families will not be able to join those. It is kindergarten and we're going to have a lot of fun this year, so I will be counting on parents to help prepare for those celebrations, and I will communicate what needs to be done prior to the party. We're going to have monthly Scholastic book orders, and I'm also going to be sending out an at-home volunteer sign-up genius. Since we cannot have parents in at this time to help in the classroom, I have plenty of jobs that can be done at home. So if you are someone that has flexible time in your day, or maybe you have a grandparent or an aunt or uncle, or someone that is looking to help out, that will be the place to sign up and help. So let's stay connected this year. Make sure that you are checking your Seesaw app daily. There are many times that I will be sending out notifications each and every day, so always go there first. You may even want to turn on the notifications on your phone. You can contact me by email as well, or you can call the office and they will connect me to you, and you can ask to be connected to room 110. Make sure you're checking out the Stadium Drive website for all the current dates. That calendar is updated regularly. And if you ever need tech support with your child's iPad, make sure that you're contacting Craig Schroon to get help that you need. So I wanted to thank you all for joining this evening, and I can't wait for a fantastic year. As always, if you have any questions, please reach out, and I hope to see you all soon. Have a great evening.